after 2 billion million tries, we finally got the Fatui guy. For this boss, you both need a shit ton of damage, but also electro charge reaction or lunar charge. If you don't have Ineffa, you're kinda fucked. With normal old electro charge units, the damage is just not enough. I tried going for a Raiden team composition at first, and her damage just was not enough at C0R0 to defeat the guy. Even after I was able to get the shield down, even after all the issues to even get her ult in the first place, to be able to shred the shield in the first place. Other teams that had easier time to shred the shield, such as Shinshu, Fischl, Furina, Kazuha, did not have enough damage after we shred the shield. My Neuvillette is not that strong. He's C0R0, and the only reason we were able to brute force it after like 100 plus tries is because I got a C2R1 Furina and she's still doing an amazing job. I didn't use a Favonius weapon because her own personal damage was pretty important when my Neuvillette's damage was lacking quite a bit with only R0. And her buff from her ult is just essential and critical for this. If I had Neuvillette's signature, I would recommend going for Neuvillette, Kazuha, Shilonen, and Cookie. Fischl has a lot of energy recharge issues. In this team composition, it takes me a long time to get her ult so we can keep the electro application constant. I do not recommend this team I used. It was painful, it was suffering, and it took me way too long. So if you have better options, then do it. You can also brute force it with premium Skirk, so that's an idea. Other team compositions that I've seen work is Mono Pyro Mavuika, which is extremely budget because all the 5 stars are at C0. You go Mavuika, Kazuha, Shilonen, and Bennett. And most people have these units by now, but you have to charge attack, cancel into a normal attack, and you repeat that a million times, and you have to do it perfectly, and I couldn't do it, so this is the result of that. The Drake boss is my favorite because it gives you the widest range of team compositions. You basically need 2 sources of elemental damage. You can go for 2 DPS carry combo. You could go for Neuvillette and Raiden, for example, or Neuvillette and Skirk and their respective supports. Or you could go for a hyper carry that has sub DPS who do a lot of damage. For example, double Hydro Hutao actually works pretty good for this. My Yellen and Shinshu were already taken for the second boss, so I couldn't use that here. But I went for Mavuika and Ganyu with melt and reverse melt, and it went surprisingly good. I actually had the wrong set on Ganyu. She's supposed to have Wanderer's Troop, but it still worked, thankfully. The clear is kinda sloppy, and my C0R0 definitely helped a lot. But you can get creative, and as long as you alternate between the 2 resistances and you always have some source of damage, it should be fine. The second boss is pretty straightforward. You just need Bloom or Hyper Bloom, and it can work with budget units as well. I've seen it cleared with a team full of 4 stars, Dendro Traveler, Kole, Shinshu, and Cookie. However, it's a lot harder and a lot more RNG based. You have to pray for good directional RNG with those bloom sheets under the crab. Lao Mom makes it incredibly trivial, and she's on the banner right now, so if you really must complete it, she can definitely carry this. Nahida is also great if you have her. Raiden runs a full EM set here with a Dragon's Bane as well. Cookie can also work really well for Hyper Bloom as well. Hitting the bombs on the ground is pretty important. I think it does like 10 times the damage when they explode on the crab, so maybe focus on that. That's about it, and here's the build.
Alright, gentlemen, I want you to repeat after me just how I do it. Ready? Your turn. La da 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 da. La da da